The geography of a country actually shapes its opportunities. It geographically affects your country's climate, vegetation, natural resources, and even its ability to wage war. Countries bordering the sea must have naval forces against the dangers that may come from the sea. Naval forces are one of the most important armed forces for a country because only naval forces can meet an invading enemy far away from the mainland. Likewise, when a territory is invaded, the most effective troops are amphibious infantry. This is show how important naval forces are for a country. Today, the technological products and weapons produced for naval forces significantly increase the combat capability of naval units. Ukrainian naval forces have been trying to establish a presence in the Black Sea since the beginning of the Russian occupation. The Ukrainian Navy was a more modest navy compared to Russia's, but Ukraine has successfully redressed its imbalance. Through the effective use of unmanned aerial vehicles, Ukrainian troops have carried out many successful operations against the Russian Navy stationed in the Black Sea. Although its navy is quite small, Ukraine was highly appreciated for giving the huge Russian Navy a hard time in the Black Sea. Russian targets were hit again with the Ukrainian operations the other day. As a result of the operation, 3 Russian ships were destroyed. Now, if you're ready, let's examine the destroyed Russian ship together. The Ukrainian army announced that it destroyed 3 destructive Russian ships in the Black Sea region, where Moscow is increasingly targeting civilian ships. The offensive operations took place in the war-torn southern region of Ukraine. Natalia Humaniuk, a spokesperson for the Ukrainian Southern Forces, made a statement. 3 more Russian boats were destroyed in our region the other day, Natalia Humaniuk said in a statement. After Humaniuk's statements, supporters of Ukraine posted on social media showing their joy. In a short time, many people joined these demonstrations of joy. The timing of the Ukraine's operation was quite remarkable. Moscow-linked military blogger Raber said that at least 6 ships were moving from the Black Sea to the ports in the Mediterranean. He also added that Russia's ability to control the movement of these ships was limited. The fact that the Ukrainian attacks came precisely on these indicators confirmed that the Ukrainian intelligence had obtained the necessary information. According to information obtained from local sources, Ukrainian intelligence recently learned that the struck ships were about to depart. Deficiencies and security gaps on the ships were identified and information was shared with the headquarters for the operation plan. The Ukrainian military headquarters planned the operation. When the time for the operation finally arrived, the Ukrainian drones took off and hit the targets. After the successful operation, the drones returned to their airbase, were reloaded with ammunition and put in standby for further operations. The Black Sea has become an increasingly hotspot in 18-month war as Ukrainian armed forces trying to break Russian defenses in south and east of the country. The constant tension in the Black Sea is also causing difficulties for civilian ships. Moscow and Kiev are not giving up their war in the Black Sea. Moscow has used its ships in the region to attack Ukraine. Kiev has targeted Russia's Black Sea fleet bases and strategic points such as Crimean Bridge. Russian attacks on Ukrainian ports have increased since Moscow refused to renew a UN-brokered grain deal that provides safe passages for ships from Ukraine to the rest of the world. But the Russian attacks have been successfully thwarted by Ukraine. Russian drones approaching are quickly destroyed. On August 10, Ukrainian authorities said that they had established a humanitarian corridor in the Black Sea to allow civilian vessels stuck in Ukrainian ports to leave the region. Last day, a Ukrainian official said that the first ship had left the port city of Odessa using the corridor route. Russian warship threatens civilians in the Black Sea and violate all norms of the international maritime law, said Andriy Yermak, who heads the presidential office of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Not long after, the Russian Defense Ministry said that it had fired warning shots with automatic small arms, and that troops had seized a cargo ship registered in Micronesia. The Russian military's behavior in the Black Sea region, acting like a single country and disregarding the law, is causing growing reactions. Bulgarian Defense Minister Todor Tokarev said it was impossible to prevent the possibility of a confrontation between Russia and NATO forces in the Black Sea region, but they were working to prevent it. The Ukrainian Navy said Russia has 5 ships under combat duty in the Black Sea, one of which carries 4 sea-launched caliber cruise missiles. Russia has frequently used these missiles to target Ukrainian cities and positions in the Black Sea. The Russian Navy is not at ease even in the safe harbors in the region, which is frequently reconnoitered and monitored by Ukrainian Air Force. Thanks to the data flow provided by Ukrainian intelligence, Ukraine is well aware of Russia's vulnerabilities and shortcomings. Thanks to this information, Ukrainian operations are carried out with a shock effect when Russia is at its weakest. Ukrainian officials also responded to criticisms of the military operations. Ukraine does not need to prove anything, the Ukrainian foreign minister said. Kiev has also responded to criticisms about the pace and the ongoing counteroffensive. He emphasized that the counteroffensive operations are continuing to push back Russian troops. Ukraine's success will reward optimists and ruin the reputation of skeptics, the Ukrainian foreign minister said. He said that no one should underestimate Ukraine and that the patience is needed because victory is a hard work. He noted that military analysts say Ukraine is currently unable to advance due to the extensive mine-laying in the territory it needs to cross. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky acknowledged that the pace of the counteroffensive was slower than desired, but said that human life was paramount. He said that some people think that the front is a movie, but the front is not a movie. Human life is more important than anything else. Developments on the Ukrainian front indicate that the counterattacks will accelerate. With the latest statements, the Ukrainian Air Force is expected to make a major breakthrough. The bottom has been pressed for that breakthrough that will change all the balances in the region in favor of Ukraine. The F-16 packages to be purchased by the Ukrainian Air Force has been approved. In this process, Ukrainian soldiers who have completed their training will start working as pilots. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made statements under a photo he shared on social media. Referring to the photo of him smiling with the Dutch Prime Minister, he said that he and Mark Rutte agreed on a number of F-16s to be given to Ukraine after the pilots and engineers complete their training. According to the agreements, the Netherlands will give Ukraine 42 aircraft in the first phase. Zelensky said that this is just the beginning. This number is expected to increase in the coming days. How do you think Ukraine's destruction of Russian ships will affect the conflict in the Black Sea? What do you think about the behavior of the Russian Navy in the Black Sea? How do you think Ukraine's counteroffensive operations are progressing? To what extent will Ukraine's fighter jets and personnel training increase Ukraine's combat capability? Do you think there will be a bigger conflict in the Black Sea in the coming days? We value your opinion. Please share it with us.